Cal, talk about your bigs and how you think they played tonight.
I thought they were great. I thought both of them played well. We had to put Willie on number one because Olesware was just doing whatever he wanted, and Willie did a good job on him. And it was great to see that we could do that, and he could go guard an athletic four. Really, the kid's like a three. He's not really a four. He's a three because of his size, and Willie guarded him and did a heck of a job. And that's when you went from 18 or 20 to 28 or 29 because you made about 4 plays in a row where he stopped him from scoring. But that's a good team. That's a senior team. The schedule they played up front is a tough schedule, but they'll win their league. I'll be stunned if they don't. I like their point guard, Brickman, the way he plays. But, in the second half we played a little better defense.
Cal, did you know at the end, and did Archie know that he was close to a triple-double?
No. No. If I thought that, I would have thought 10 turnovers too. So it's a quadruple double. But no, none of us, I'm not looking at that. But again, we had 5 guys in double figures, and Kyle gets 7, but Kyle gets 5 assists. Julius gets 6 assists. But again, I got to figure out, how we start games. Now, you saw what I did in the second half. I went to a smaller team because I didn't like our defense against their team. I didn't like the matchups, and so we went smaller. There are other times maybe we should start the big team. Now, I got to figure out if we're going to start the big team, how do we play offensively? But, we had, again, if we have a thing right now, 10 offensive rebounds is the minimum. After that, you're running a liner, 34-second liner for everyone as a team after. They had 6 for last game, and now it's a -1, so they get 1 off, which is 5. And we're going to do it all season. So every one of you are responsible. You want to run, let them rebound the ball. You don't want to run, you better rebound the ball. All the drills in the world, you can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, there's got to be a desire to go get it.
John, can you talk about Polson's play and what made you decide to go ahead and go with him the second half when you
With
went
who?
Polson?
Because we were going to go small. I was happy for John Hood. John Hood played well. And I told him after, there's nothing that makes me happier than seeing him play well. But I'm coaching him like Jared and like I'm coaching everybody else. I was on him in the first half, and rightfully so. You watched it. I mean, they're shooting 65%. Don't tell me, what, are they just faster, quicker? They ran their stuff better? Think about it. We didn't talk again. We stopped on plays again. Every time we stopped, it was a layup or a shot. We hit into a screen. See, and again, I can tell you every way that you can stop yourself. One is you run into a screen. You don't have to, but you do, because then you can stop. You don't have to keep playing. I hit the screen. Somebody else guard him. He's your man. We did all that stuff in the first half. In the second half, I thought we played a little bit better.
John, the LIU coach, talked about 50-50 balls and how he thought your guys did a really good job.
Better. Alex still doesn't get any, but we were better. We were better.
John, up front, do you have any updates on Ryan? And where do you feel like you are at point guard right now? Are you happy with the play you're getting at the point?
I am. I mean, we want Ryan back. And, again, just at the end of the day, I think he'll be back tomorrow. And I think he'll be in practice on Sunday and Monday, and we'll get started. But, the time away now, he starts down the totem pole, like last, and he's got to work his way back. And then he's got to work his way with time with Jared. Jared's playing well right now. So he's got to fight, and he understands. You get sick, you lose the weight, all of a sudden you got stuff going on, and you're away from the team doesn't stop. But at the end of the day, I would hope that if it were your son, you would want me to deal with this the way I'm dealing with it. If it were my son, this is, But again, I'm going to coach him, and, if someone's better, he's not playing. If he's better, he'll play in time. We need him back. We need another guy. There's no question. But, look, it's like everything else. You have injuries. You have things that go on as a coach. What do we got to give up on the season. No, this is who we are, and I like my team.
John, how unique is Archie's ability to go into the air, take the hit, still complete the play.
He's a good athlete. He's long. You know, the one thing the dribble drive gets you to do is play through bumps, and he's playing through bumps as well as anybody. You know, and like I said, we take good shots. We're not taking bad shots. We shoot a lot of layups. You know, we get into the line. Didn't make as many as we needed to. Willie missed a few, but you know, we got to be a defensive team that rebounds like crazy, that can get out and run. You know, if you watch them early in the game, they did what we want to do. Miss or make, fly up the court. All right, nothing there, let's play. You know, you try to get some easy ones in transition. One guy falls asleep. Kyle did. Threw it over his head, laid it in. I mean, you get 3 or 4 baskets like that a half, you're beating people by 20, 25. But if you're walking it up, you're never getting any of those. And we're trying to get these guys to go. Now, when you're not playing as many guys, you know, guys are playing 30 minutes or more, it's hard to play a total game of running that way. So you give up a little bit of that.
John, how well does Jared play within himself, and how much does that contribute to him being on the floor?
No, he does. He knows what's expected. You know, he in pick and roll right now, I kept telling him he keeps looking at the screen because he doesn't want to get hit. And that's why they kept shooting layups on him. They turn it, instead of going off the screen, they just go and shoot the layup. But when you talk about him offensively, he's played against some of the best players in the college game in the last few years and done fine. I've got a lot of confidence in him. He makes the three. He makes free throws. I'm confident in that. And he also is scrappy. 50-50 balls he comes up with probably as well as anybody on our team. Now, there may be a game or two that, you know, he's going to just spot time because of the opponent we're playing, but that's few and far between.
Cal, is this the closest that Archie has come to that Tyreek type of point guard play that you're looking for?
Well, he's capable of this, you know, and again, he only took 14 shots. And then he's still, there's 4 or 5 plays he made where he tried to make the hardest play he can make, and those all led to turnovers. So the 3 turnovers he had were that. And I told him at the time, why would you do that? Just make an easy play. But he's learning, you know, and I'm saying that when he goes 22, 9, and 9. But it's like I said to Alex, I mean, you know, still playing 50, 60% of the game. The rest of the game, I'm like screaming at him to sprint the court or go after a ball or, you know, and trying to get these guys to understand if we're to be any good, if we're to be what they think we should be or what everybody else thinks we should be, you can't give up on possessions, and you got to play every minute you're on the floor or sub yourself and let somebody else play.
Cal, when you talk about getting out in transition like that, you said last week it was going to be, you know, if you played Archie at 1, it was going to be a little harder for him to get out and do those things. Are you finding a balance there with having to play him there and still getting him out?
Both, but we worked on it in practice where we're getting out and sprinting the court. There were still a couple that we didn't sprint. You know, we got guys that just have that habit of jogging up and down the court, and, you know, the game's just, it's going too fast for some of those guys.
John, when you look at the big picture with this homestand, I mean, what things did you start to see kind of evolve? I mean, how happy are you with, or can you sum up this homestand, what you gained from it?
We're just learning. That's why we wanted to play these kind of teams that would come after us and not be afraid and come in here with an attitude that they could win. And then the way we've been starting these games, whether I got the wrong starting unit in there, I don't know. But the way we've been starting these games, we let these people think they can beat us. They go in at halftime saying, we can beat these guys. So, you know, we're learning that right now. Am I starting the right people? It doesn't matter who starts, it's who finishes. But for me, it does matter because we're going to get in games in our league where you'll be down 25 at half playing the way we're playing. So, you know, knowing that we've got to get more physical, knowing that we got to rebound and gang rebound, knowing we got to sprint the floor. You know, we had 28 assists to 10 turns today. That's huge. That's a big number. And again, I've been hard on these guys, and I keep telling them, look, if you can't take me, I care about you. And you know I care about you. You know I love you. If you can't take me, how are you taking the opponents we play? How are you going on the road and playing? So, you know, we're getting better, but I kept telling them, right now, it's my team, and I don't want it to be my team. I want it to be their team. They don't talk enough. We don't huddle enough. We don't relay offense. You know, there were 2 or 3 plays out there. Guys didn't know what we were running. because the other guys didn't relay the call. He called a play. One guy didn't hear it. The other guy heard it, didn't tell him. You relay a call. 2, we're running 2, guys. Everybody yells it. We're running 2, 2. We don't do that right now. We're into our own thing. And that's why I keep saying it's still my team, and I don't want it. Like, I want it to be their team. And this is going to take longer than last year, or, you know, may take as long as 2 years ago to get these guys to really understand what they have to do. But I like my team.
John, when you've got a young team trying to learn to play defense at this level, how much of the challenge is anticipating what the next pass is going to be instead of always reacting?
Yeah, that's the whole point of it. Like I told Kyle after the game, there were 3 possessions. One that he did a great job of guarding. Then he stopped, stood up. They threw it to the guy. Now he had to rush the guy, which meant he couldn't play him, and he drove around and scored. Well, then if that's happening too much, you can't be on the court. Someone else got to play. The first time you did it, and then you stopped. And then by the time, oh my, well, it's too late. Now he drives around. So it is all anticipation. But what it is you got to stay in a stance and play the whole possession, and you can't stop. We are stopping just about one guy on every possession right now. We don't have a full possession where I'm looking like it's a glove, 5 guys moving, and we're all moving together, and we're all stunning together. It isn't. 3 guys are playing, 2 guys are standing. One guy looks, the guy cuts. Oh, my fault. I mean, again, today it happened. In the first half, it was ridiculous. So it's where we are. But that's what, guys, we're talking about a team that is so young that this is the growing pains of a young team.
Cal, did you want these 6 days off, or did the schedule just fall this way? And what do you want to get done with these?
We got a lot of work to do. You know, they're going to have off tomorrow. I tried to see if there's any way, because it was Thanksgiving, if we could practice anyway. And because if it's a holiday, you can go. There's no 20-hour rule. There's no 6-day rule. There's no rules if you're in a holiday. So I'm like, we're in a holiday. Why couldn't I go tomorrow? So we can't. So I got to give them. So I checked it again and again, and I made them read me the rule out of the book. So we cannot practice tomorrow. So they'll be off. So we'll go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday scale back for a game on Thursday. But Sunday, Monday, Tuesday will be, you know, we got to get after it. We got to figure out big lineup. How are we playing offensively? What are we doing? So we got a lot of questions to answer. But again, you know, we're showing signs.